Your warm-ups basically want to be making sure that you are actually started a sweat before you actually do the work. And it could be anything, but basically you want to take care of most of the joints that you actually injured before or really stiff on. In other words, you can foam roll, do some mobility stretching, do a little bit of rowing to try and get some blood flowing, and you want to do that for maybe anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes depending on how tight you are or what type of injury or soreness you may have.
And one of the things I focus on, especially with newer members, newer clients, I tell them right out the gate, hey, listen, I know this is a 25-pound bar. I know it feels like we're giving you training wheels. We are, but it's for a reason, because we want to make sure that you feel the right things at the right time. Last night, we had somebody come in who's a new member who I'm trying to teach overhead squats to. And we started off just with a technique bar. I mean, and it's relatively light, but it shows balance issues. We want to correct that before we even put a single weight on. And because otherwise, if your body's not primed for that and we just throw you to the wolves, the injuries happen.
My biggest pet peeve is learn how to move before you do anything stupid. Don't go into a gym anywhere that you go in and say, yeah, I've been doing fitness forever, I'm good, I know what I'm doing. Don't do that. The chances are you don't know what you're doing. It's not that you don't know what you're doing, it's that coaches and people like us will actually make you do things you probably haven't done before, or we want it done for a certain way so that you don't get injured. And that's the biggest key, not to get injured. So when we ask you to do something, to say, it's not the way I do it this way. That's not our point. We started we want you to actually learn how to, let's take an overhead squat. We need to make you squat first better, then we need to make sure your midline's strong enough, then we need to make sure you got balance, and then we make sure that your shoulders are strong enough, then we make sure you're able to hold the bar overhead. All of that is a progression. It's not going from, hey, I can squat, I'm strong, I can hold something overhead. That goes from ego to injury real fast.
And also, other things I do, because I have tight IT bands, tight hips, ROM 1. It's what it essentially is, it's yoga for CrossFitters. It's yin yoga, which is long poses that are meant to open up your body, essentially. And I do that every day because I'm a generally tight person, but even over the course of time, I've found myself to get a little bit looser. By no means am I saying I'm teaching a yoga class anytime soon, mostly because I sound like a pretentious dick when I do the yoga voice of, and now we're gonna go into downward dog.
Deep breath and hold.
Right, you look at me and you're like, this guy's such a jerk. Because the voice and the look do not, the voice and the aesthetic don't really go together.
And on that note, you won the bet if you picked Jonathan to make this X-rated on iTunes. So.
Sorry, not sorry.
And I need to get a headset because I think it looks much cooler on video that he has a headset and I don't. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I also double as the audio engineer, so I have to make sure that he doesn't clip.
Doesn't mean the headset's got to be plugged in. It could just be on and look cool, you know. No, that's nice try. Nice try.
I was trying to give you my Beats headset. You know, it was given to me as a gift, and I wanted to hand it on to you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You know.